This is Greg Trotwine with Maritime Reporter TV. We're here in Oslo at the NorShipping 2025, but we're very pleased to be joined by Uli Selbach, the Vice President of Hamburg Messe, best known to me for the SMM in Hamburg every 2 years. So, Uli, as always, I thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me, Greg.
Okay, so Uli, I know we're now. I was trying to think. We're in June 2025, so we're still about a good year and 3 months from the SMM. So we don't have to focus on that. You have your hands in a lot of different exhibitions and conferences globally. To start us off, what's on the radar for the rest of 2025? What should our viewers know is happening around the world from your hands?
Yeah, you're totally right that there's still time for SMM 26. We are in the midst of the preparations, and great news is I think about 85% of the space are sold out for SMM 26. So we're going to have to build another temporary hall. And if you have not applied yet, please do so, everyone. But until then, we have some really good highlights. We know that the cruise ship industry is back on track with a lot of growth at the moment. And we have our Sea Trade Europe, the Cruise and River Cruise Convention from 10 to 12 September this year in Hamburg. And you will see destinations and ports from all over the world, and ship owners, cruise line and tin managers coming to Hamburg in these days to see destinations from Cruise Arabia, the Caribbean Village to Baltic ports and destination. And there's going to be also something to it for travel agencies. We're doing some sessions together with CLIA, the International Cruise Line Association. But when I'm mentioning Sea Trade Europe, not that many people know that that's from 10 to 12 September. And from 12 to 14 are the Hamburg Cruise Days. And if you are on that weekend in Hamburg, you can see the biggest parade of cruise ships in all over Europe, a wonderful harbor festival. So I want to invite everyone also coming to Hamburg, not only for Sea Trade Europe, but also for the Hamburg Cruise Days. Second big thing is actually happening in parallel. It's INMEX SMM India, also from 10 to 12 September, but in Mumbai. And it's South Asia's biggest shipbuilding event. And I have been there since 2015. It's every 2 years. And you know, I've been working with India for many years now. And people used to say, well, it is the future, it's the market of the future, and it will remain that. But I can tell you, after my last visit at our show in 23, things are happening in India right now. And we have the biggest joint participation ever at this show. And we can see that many companies are pulling their supply chain from other countries like China to India, producing there. Also, the shipyards have more to do in India, and there are big projects coming in from the Navy and the Coast Guard and others. So I think if you have the patience, if you find the right partner, if you have a good strategy, India is interesting for the shipping industry globally right now.
So let's talk a little bit about conferences and exhibitions. I've been traveling the world for 33 years. And actually, ironically, the SMM 1992 was the first maritime exhibition that I ever attended, which seems amazing. What's the secret? What's the trick to building and maintaining a strong exhibition and conference today?
Well, I think first of all, when the pandemic hit us, we were under shock in the exhibition industry because we felt our business model is gone. And it was great to see that after the pandemic, people want to come back and meet at exhibition conferences. I would say smaller conferences, smaller meetings, they are more or less now more online. But an exhibition conference like SMM, people want to meet and see each other. So I would say the secret of SMM is just the brand is so strong, people know what they get. So when they come there for 4 days, it would save them 4 months of traveling because they're meeting everyone. And we want to keep it this way that we focus on the fairground with what we are doing. So we extended the opening times, for example, so people could just stay also in the evening, so they have even more time to meet. We made it easier for exhibitors to do their stand parties, so there's now more networking. We took the paid conferences from closed rooms down to the fairgrounds to open stages, so we open knowledge, experience exchange to everyone. we did this so-called wine o'clocks at all the stages every evening from 5 o'clock on to give also those people networking opportunities who are interested to a certain topic that was run on the stage or don't have an invitation for the evening. So I think you have to constantly grow, develop yourself further, and question yourself. And we have a great advisory board. We have great partners also like you and others who are also challenging us. And we love constructive criticism.
I wanted to switch gears though a little bit because I was on LinkedIn recently and I saw that you had an interesting experience with the German Navy. Now, I did not read the entire post. So for those who did not see it or didn't read the entire post, what was that experience all about?
The German Navy offers to influencers, leaders in politics, media, and the industry a special training for 8 days. So you go into the school for officers in Mürwik, and you actually become a first lieutenant, Oberleutnant zur See, for 8 days, and then the Navy shows you all their important units, all their parts. They explain maneuvers, the strategy. You even learn how to fix a hole in a ship, you know, where the water comes in and you have to, I think it's called a leak. And it's an 8-day training and you understand very much the needs, the challenges, and the strength of the Navy. And I mean, it's also important that people understand, in Germany especially, but all over Europe, that we are threatened. And that there could be Putin invading the Baltic countries in, let's say, 2029. And then we have to supply the Baltic states or even Finland via the Baltic Sea. And that has to be basically done by the German Navy, the Deutsche Marine. And those comrades, they're all getting ready to do that. And what they are desperately seeking is more support from the society. The Germans have become too pacifistic in its majority, and they need to be aware that freedom is not granted, that we need to maybe fight for it. And for that we have our armed forces, the Bundeswehr, and it's very necessary to support these young ladies, gentlemen who are serving our country and also serving our alliance, especially in a time where we are sometimes not sure anymore about our big ally in the West. You know who I'm talking about? If they will be continuously supporting and protecting our European security. So I can say, Europeans, wake up and let's be strong together.
When you look at that experience and again, fixing a hole on a ship and actually being more integrated into the marine operations, I guess how does that change what does that bring to your job, your day job?
Oh, I can tell you, it was always, you know, the maritime security defense has always been an important part of SMM. And over the past year, we did more offers to companies interested in Navy defense and security. And we gave also navies more visibility already and helped them also with recruiting. And we will do even more. So we are introducing a new product, a new format. It's our Maritime Security Defense Conference, MSND, will also happen this year already in 25 on the 25th of November. And the main topic will be procurement. I mean, so much has to be done with the rearmament of the European forces. And it's also a challenge to get enough suppliers who are able to work for the Navy or for the Coast Guards. And some companies might even don't know that they are offering dual-use products that can be used in a cruise ship, in a bulker, or in a frigate. And we want to do half a day in Hamburg where we have specialists from the German Navy, from German procurement, from the Ministry of Defense, discussing with representatives from the industry, from the startups, scale-ups, how to do European procurement. And we want to use as example unmanned vehicles, drones above and below the sea, I would say, and what drones are capable to do, we just learned in Russia the past 2 days. So hot topic in November, Maritime Security Defense Conference on November 25th in Hamburg. SMM turned 60 years old 2 years ago. Now NorShipping turned 60 years old. So I want to say congratulations, little sister NorShipping, and all the best for your birthday.